Hi, I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine with this week's web fishing report. I'm going to start things off by reminding you that we are now on our winter print schedule, so there will not be a printed copy of the Fisherman magazine this week. However, fishing reports can be found for free on our website as always, and we added some excellent content last week to the website as well. Start things off with a great how-to for building the ultimate neck light for both surf and boat fishermen alike, as well as an article I wrote which covers the origins of the curse, a little something I've alluded to several times in the past in my weekly editor's logs. So give them a look. We're adding new content to the website every day. Starting off the reports in Connecticut, not much change this week along the Connecticut coast as blackfish and striped bass dominate the catches. I got word of some decent schoolie bass bites from both Captain Morgan's in Madison as well as Hillier's Tackle in Niantic, with fish in both areas being found in and around the local tidal rivers as the fish stage up for the winter. These again are mostly schoolie bass, however don't be surprised if you pull the occasional teen or even 20-pound bass from the mix. On the blackfish side of things, the general consensus is that the inshore spots have either been picked over or the fish have begun to move in deeper water. I myself finally got out for tog last week in the Clinton area and found a steady pick of fish all day long. While there were quite a few shorts landed, we had more than enough fish to about 8 pounds or so to keep things interesting, and the live well was very active. Give a look to the Fisherman's Facebook page as I posted up a photo of what I consider a 1 in a million catch, as my tog jig came up with, instead of a fish after getting a hit, I had the tooth of one of the blackfish. So give it a look, it's pretty interesting. Then we got over in Rhode Island, I finally got word of some confirmed sea herring and gannets off the South County beaches. Now this is something that people have been asking me about every week because this is the time of the year when we generally see them if they're going to come through. And Snug Harbor Marina reports that there were both bass and birds working off the Matunic area over the weekend. Then a few surfcasters that I spoke to this weekend also confirmed this report in the same general area. There was mostly smaller schoolie bass on the herring, but it's good to see them around knowing there's some good bait, some large bait in the area. We'll see how long this holds up with the big weather coming through this weekend. Also on the blackfish and sea bass, cod continue to cooperate in spots like the East Grounds and off of Newport. And when I spoke to Captain John Renone of Little 2, he reported finding some consistent action on all 3 species every time he got out last week. As we spoke early Sunday morning, his clients for the day had already bagged a nice mixed catch of all 3 species, and he said he expects his bite to go on for quite some time as the fishing is just that good. Hopefully the big weather event this week doesn't really turn things off, but it's that time of the year, you got to take the good with the bad. And then up in Massachusetts, many of my calls to the tackle shops resulted in reports of overall slow fishing based off of both the cold weather and tough bites. But there were a few highlights, like the report I got from the guys at Goose Hummock Shop in Orleans. They told me that the huge schools of mackerel are still holding steady from Provincetown on down to the Peak Hill Bar area, and this is holding a good bite on the bluefin tuna in the area. Anglers are also loading up on macks for both bait as well as for table from the pier in Provincetown. On the freshwater side of things, fishing in Massachusetts has been very good lately, and the guys at Red Top Sporting Goods in Buzzards Bay told me that there's been some very good largemouth bass fishing going on locally for anglers throwing big swim baits at largemouth. There's also some decent trout fishing in the area. However, a lot of the local trout stocked waters have dropped down in water levels because we haven't seen a whole lot of rain lately, so maybe with the rain we're seeing this week, they'll turn things back on for the freshwater anglers. So there you have it. I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine, wishing you tight lines on the water.
To receive the latest fishing reports, subscribe to the Fisherman's YouTube page. Click subscribe, then click the settings button and check Send Me Updates. You'll now receive notifications of the latest Fisherman YouTube videos and reports. If you're already a subscriber, make sure you've checked Send Me Updates in the settings so you receive the latest notifications.